It's now been a full week since I've been homeless. Biggest issue I'm having is finding a place to park at night. So I've kind of resorted to staying up all night and then sleeping during the day. Um, it's not ideal, but of course the situation is not ideal. Managed to find a couple days worth of work. Um, Made like $360 in like 3 days. It's not the greatest, but it's better than nothing. I'd only have like $180 left in the bank if I didn't find that. Food seems to be about impossible to come by unless you're buying it. Um, I know everybody says there's all these emergency food stamps and food banks and everything, but they go on your last year's income. And when you made 50 grand as a single person, you ain't getting nothing. There's very few places you can go in a rural area to get any kind of help. Like right now, I'm dying for a hot shower. But I'm finding out that like the gas stations or the truck stops that have showers, they want to know the company you drive for. There's all this information you have to fill out to take a shower. Doesn't make any sense. I guess it's I don't know if it has anything to do with COVID. People said before you could just go and give them $3 and they'll let you take a shower, but that's not what I'm finding. Um, it's different everywhere you live. Uh, People say that you know they've experienced completely different things. There's people that I've seen that have posted videos where they're wherever it was that they lived had a lot of programs for them, and lucky for them. But a lot of areas, a lot of rural areas are left behind, because there's not that many people. Now more than half the country lives in big cities, so now that's all everybody cares about is big cities. But people don't forget your food comes from the country. Your food's not coming from the corner in a city. It's coming from the country. So it's time that maybe people started paying a little bit more attention. Um, I can't bring myself to beg for money. I'm not at that point. I applied to several more fast food jobs today, and I already got one rejection email because I don't have any experience like always. Uh, I think right now, I see older people than me work, and I'm 47. I see older people than me working at these places, so it can't be my age. I'm assuming it's got to be they'll hire you if you're at retirement age or older because I don't know if they get some kind of tax break or whatever the case may be. Uh, but like all these places that everybody says hires everybody, they don't. I don't. Um, at least that's what I'm finding out. I've gotten several turn downs from like Walmart, Sam's Club, uh, other grocery stores that were hiring for overnight stock. Um, I don't understand why. I realized that. Imagine going to work for half of what you used to make, and sometimes even less than that. Imagine going for like 35 to 40% of what you used to make. People don't want to. See, I was figuring like always before, you always find some kind of job, right? And then worst case scenario is if it wasn't paying enough money, you could try to get food stamps or try to get you know rental assistance or utility assistance or something. Um, I'm finding out that for me right now in my current situation, I more or less have to go the rest of the year without making really any money to even qualify for any of these programs. Because they all go on how much money you made last year. So I don't know um, what I'm going to do. I have nobody to ask for help. I have nobody to ask to, crash on their couch for a few days. My next option is to look into breaking into an abandoned house or abandoned building. Uh, because once it starts getting cold, it's just, it's, you're not going to survive even living in a car because you'll eventually run out of gas. I don't think people should have to should have to make these decisions, to where, well, let me see, I think I'm going to eat like one piece of bread every 2 days to make the loaf of bread last 2-3 weeks. By then it's going to be moldy because it's not in the fridge. It sucks, man. It sucks. You know, and the guy I was hanging gutters with, he used to say, oh, people are on the streets because they want to be. I was like, I don't think anybody wants to be on the street. Like, seriously. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, oh, I think I'm just going to go be a bum and live behind the dumpster. Nobody does that. Nobody says that. It's all a circumstance. Most of the time, I feel it's out of people's control, whether they have a mental disorder or physical health issues like I have right now. And they're not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So when I hear somebody say that, it really makes me cringe because now I'm that person. I can't bring myself to hold up a sign somewhere. I don't know where it's legal to panhandle. I don't know if I could bring myself to do it. I've already started going at night and getting cans out of garbage cans and stuff like that, but I can't do it during the day. I saw somebody doing it during the other day, and like one person had their phone out, you know, videotaping them, and everybody else was just staring at them. I wanted to say to the person with the phone, you know, have some dignity. You know, let the person have some dignity. You don't know what they're going through. You know, and I just was thinking to myself, that's going to be me in a couple of months probably. I don't know if I can do it. Uh, I really don't think I can. So the anxiety of eventually getting down to that last couple bucks and that last quarter tank of gas and not having any option to go anywhere. I don't even have the option to sell the car right now because if any job pops up, I need a way to get there. You know, I've applied this like a 20-mile radius. I've applied for jobs at, but I don't think anybody's gonna. It's the way it's going. I've never had this many job applications in and very few interviews, and this time I'm not getting so many rejection emails. Used to get rejection emails like fast if you didn't have any experience, even though their ad says you don't need to have any experience. It's not a joke, people. I know you all feel the way that I used to feel too about how there's no way that could ever happen to me. Um, gotta you gotta kind of really live it. I mean, I've only been doing it for a week, and it sucks. It is stressful. Uh, you know, I limit how much money I'm going to spend every day for food. Uh, then eventually I'm going to run out of money. I got a little bit of fat on me, so I could probably survive a few weeks. But I'm not looking forward to that. I don't think I should have to. I think that my disability case should get approved this time. If it doesn't, then that's it. I mean, there's how many options could somebody possibly have? You know, why would anybody want to stay on this earth in this kind of situation? I know I don't. Uh, my only consolation is I know my daughter has another guy, another stepdad who's there when I can't be, obviously, and I don't mind that. He seems like a decent guy. Uh, they're not trying to push me out of my daughter's life, so there's no reason for me to get mad like so many guys do. Like, if you can't be there for your kid, don't be mad because somebody else wants to be. As long as they're not trying to push you out. If they're trying to push you out, then yeah, be mad. But if they're not, if they're willing to work with you, man, you should just take that. You got to put your. Luckily, my daughter's financially set, even without me, so I have that consolation. My son, my oldest, on the other hand, is going to be 32 this year. Me and him haven't talked basically since my daughter was born because he got jealous. But he's in his 30s now. He's a grown man. His mother as well is also financially well off. Uh, yeah, right. Had somebody like me end up getting lucky enough to have two baby mamas that are both in finance and both pretty well off. Uh, don't ask me how the hell I did it, because for the last 8 years I've been barely able to get a date. Even when I was making good money last year, I was working too many hours, most girls said. It's like, well, where's the cutoff? Other girls date guys with no jobs at all. And then you work too much, they don't want to date you. It's like, wow, what the heck? But I'm not making these videos for any kind of internet attention. I'm not making these videos to gain followers or subscriptions or any of that mess. It's too late for that. Pretty much all that stuff is, pretty much done. It's all the younger generation now. Uh, I don't know what anybody's going to do in the next 10 minutes that hasn't been done already a million times in the last 10 years. I don't know what anybody's going to do. Like, what's new? What's new? Everything I keep seeing is rehashed old ideas, stuff that's not even logical. But I'm just making these videos to vent a little bit, because I don't have anybody else to talk to. No friends, no family, no counselors, nothing. I am all by myself doing this. Um, to make people wake up and realize that, you know, not every loner becomes a shooter or something like that. That's what people seem to think, and you find out. Look at half the mass shooters. They all had families, friends, social lives. So most of them, anyway. Hardly any of them were a loner. Uh, I mean, complete loner, not living in their mother's basement, barely coming out because they're still living with somebody at that point. Uh, I'm just doing this to vent a little bit, and maybe give somebody some insight, to think about it maybe next time you see a person on the street before you jump to all those conclusions. And also, something else that I'm noticing that's really annoying, I'm seeing a lot of videos where well-to-do people are making videos about telling people how to be homeless, which makes no sense to me. You're well off. What the hell are you doing making homeless videos? It's like the people go out and panhandle when they live in $1 million houses, I've seen the same thing with van camping, for instance, the whole van life thing. Now I know it was a trend for a while. People were doing it because they thought it was going to be cheaper. And it is cheaper than, renting or owning a house. But you're spending money in fuel. You're spending money, either way, you're still spending money. It's not like some people think it's basically free. I don't know where they got that idea from, but the same thing. I've seen people spending 50, 60, even $100,000 on modifying a van. They're like, this is what you want to do if you're faced with this situation. Well, if you're faced with that situation, you most likely don't have $100,000 sitting around to spend on a van. It's idiotic, the stuff I'm seeing. Just keep in mind that if you go to one of those homeless weekend things where you're supposed to live like you're homeless for 2 days, you still have a house to go back to. You still have a job, family, friends. You're not really going through what it is to be homeless. You're faking it. And it's kind of spitting in homeless people's faces, to be honest with you, because it does not give you long enough. I think they should be 30 days. It does not give you long enough to really understand. So you have to sleep in the grass or whatever for a couple of days, and that's not gonna let you know what it's really like to be homeless. And I don't think those programs really give anybody any kind of compassion. Um, I don't understand why somebody would fake being homeless. I've seen a lot of stories like that too. I don't understand. I get they're doing it for the money. I remember hearing stories years ago where there were Wall Street millionaires that were doing it in Manhattan in New York City. And it was like, wait a minute, they're already, this is like back in the 80s. They were making, it was kind of like trading places for real. And this was before even that movie even came out. People were doing that. It's just like, I don't understand why everybody wants to emulate being from the ghetto. There's nothing cool about being from the ghetto. Getting out of it's being cool. But people up in the country now, everybody acts ghetto, talks ghetto, even though they don't even know what a ghetto is. And it's, I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. Uh, I posted some short videos on TikTok because they only allow so long videos on there. The only reason I did that was because for like the last 3 years now, TikTok's pretty much been running the video market. I mean, you see, uh, go to any news page and you're gonna see TikTok. You don't even see YouTube hardly anymore, or even any of the other ones. It's all TikTok. Um, so, and I don't even know if, like, I don't think anybody's even watched any of the videos I put on there yet. Only a handful of people have watched the other video I put on here. It's not about how many people watch it. I don't care about that. Like I said, the main reason how people spread their platforms are they already have a large group of friends to share everything with, and then those friends share it with everybody they know, and that's how videos get millions of views, in such a short period of time. Or how, it comes across the right person. If there's something really wrong, somebody knows how to fix the situation. But I'm not in it for that. Um, I personally feel, since I remember life before the internet, I don't really feel that the internet has made the quality of life better. I actually think it's made it worse for some reason. Um, Years ago, you used to have to wait for the story to get to the newspaper, then wait for the writer to write the story, and then wait for it to get to the news. It would be months, before you heard about something. Now it's mere seconds. And a lot of times people are jumping to the conclusion they see something, for instance, the shootings. Um, Everybody swears up and down all these shootings are racially motivated. In a few cases, they are, but like the police shootings and whatnot, I don't see how it's racially motivated in every single case. I actually haven't heard a single case of anybody saying, "Oh, I shot him because he was black." I haven't heard that. Um, Everybody just jumps to that assumption now. I think that's part of the double edge part of the internet. Like people just, there's older people too, people my age and older, that they swear everything they see on Facebook is true. Um, and that's all. This is all the bad part. Now, the good parts, like the people finding the kidney donor they never would have found, without the internet, and long lost family members and long lost friends, and finding out your family history. Those are all the good parts, yes. But I think it's, you also got to remember that it's a tool, and tools can be used both ways. You can't say guns are bad and the internet isn't, because guns have been used for good as well. I just wish people would look at things through more of an objective lens than their own little bubble, which is how most people. I'm sure I did the same thing. But anybody's got any advice? Uh, I live in Northeast Pennsylvania, Susquehanna County. Right now, I am in Great Bend again, same place I took the last video. Uh, you know anybody in the area that has like a data entry job or some filing, or I mean anything easy? Uh, Hell, even a grocery store stocker. I don't know. I just don't want to have to be faced with that last $5, last gallon of gas um, situation. And I think I might have enough money to get to the end of the month, because come the 20th is when my car insurance is due, my storage locker fee is due, and my cell phone bill is due on the 3rd of the month, which I'm going to have to switch because Verizon's just too expensive. But then if I go to somebody else, I'm going to have to buy a new phone, which is more money. So it's just a bad situation all the way around. I don't know why people think this doesn't happen. Uh, like I said, I'm only posting the video to vent mainly because I need to get stuff off my chest. I can't just I can't sit around and to cry about it all day. I've done enough of that. Uh, can't do nothing but plug away looking for work. Try to conserve this money as much as possible, but things aren't looking good. If there's any new developments, otherwise I'm not going to post a video every day. I know some people are posting videos every day, and I've also noticed how they're getting people to pay them. Um, that's why they're posting videos every day. Somebody sends them $10 or $20 or something. They feel I got to post some more, get some more people, get some more money. I mean, hell, there's a couple of people I've seen that have gotten cars and everything, bought for them just through, YouTube and videos and whatnot, through PayPal and Zelle and Cash App and Venmo. I'm not doing it for that because that's only going to last so long. Uh, it is what it is. Um, I'm tired of getting mad. I'm tired of crying about it. What's left? I mean, really, what's left to do?